I mean, give us a little insight as to this is something that the fans don't see.
You start. We'll work our way down.
I mean, we have that curtain there for a reason. I mean,
Excellent.
but in all reality, you know, it's like we were just saying, it's a brotherhood. You know, we're all there to help each other, whether that be, you know, if someone were to watch your match and give you pointers on what you did right and what you did wrong, that kind of thing. That's all I pretty much got. What do you guys got?
I know when I go back there, I know exactly, A, who I've asked to keep an eye on me, and B, who has taken a special interest in me just for the sake of, wow, this kid's got something, he's come a long way, and he's only gonna keep growing. So I immediately, you know, shake homeboy's hand like, hey, thanks for everything, I'm okay, you're okay. If they're not okay, because I usually tend to hurt people, I'd go back to the ambulance and I'd say, hey, make sure he's not okay, don't bring him back, just bring him to the hospital.
So the feud's real then.
Oh yeah, oh, it's all bloodshed.
You heard it here, wrestling is real.
Wrestling is real, people are fake, never forget.
That's a great point.
So if I go up to, you know, my quote unquote mentors, I'm like, hey, what could I have done right? What did I do wrong? Praise, hey, you probably shouldn't have done this, but you did this really well. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Like, it's one of those things, like, if everything I think I'm doing is right, like, I'll never grow. And of course I can look at my match and be like, oh, well, that was great. But there's people with more experience and a better eye for picking out. They've seen what doesn't work with a bunch of people. Like, people come and go all the time. So for them to tell me, hey, you should probably keep doing this, stand yourself out, hey, stop doing this, it looks a little sloppy, what have you. That's what I look for. And I know there's people back there, like I said, that have taken a special interest in me. Whether the people just look at me like, hey, you're just another kid, you know, just another guy. Or people that don't care to help people at all. You know, they're just like, oh, well, my match was good, I'm gonna hit the bar, you know, those type of people. Which is fine, you know, to each your own. But I know that's what I look for specifically.
I guess it all depends on the locker room you walk into. Like, you walk in ESW, for the most part, it's a positive environment. It's guys that are there, phone's ringing. It's guys that are there
Fucking time in the show.
Somebody's looking for their credit card. It's okay.
It's guys that are there to help each other and feed off each other and feed off like how one person works hard. But you walk into a entirely different locker room. Guys are just miserable. They don't want to be there. Like, oh, fuck you didn't sell your tickets. We don't need you back. Stuff like that. And those are the locker rooms that just make you miserable and just make you just not want to be there. But yeah, I haven't encountered that problem at ESW. Like, it's all guys that are there to help each other.
Yeah.
But it's a very positive environment.
Yeah.
And DJ can attest to this. Like we make sure it stays positive to the point that, like, and this is where the brotherhood comes back, because like, we will all gang up if we see any negative energy. Like, get them the fuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, recently, have you guys had to like choke chain somebody?
A lot.
I think he means physically.
Physically, no, but
Physically, no.
The point you just made, where there's points where you have to gang up on someone just to get them out, get that negativity out of the locker room. Absolutely.
But with that being said, we do give people chances.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves at least a second.
Some get a few too many chances, but
Yes. Pay your gas money.
Wow.
fucking shit.
No, we'll leave it vague.
When you see a
Do
young,
it live.
when you see somebody coming in from Grapplers Anonymous, you know, fresh out, what is one of the first things you do?
Welcome them.
Yeah, welcome them with open arms.
Yeah.
And I don't take any interest in, and this is just me, I don't take any interest in somebody just because they're training.
Right.
Like, if something, there's a lot of personality clashing in wrestling, and especially me. I'm literally such an abrasive person. I'm sure DJ could tell you, Ryan could tell you, Vince could tell you, I'm a very abrasive person. I don't.
He's
really,
a dick.
Yes, I really.
But he's my dick.
Yeah, I really.
Okay.
I really don't like a whole lot of people. So, like, yeah, I'll shake your hand and that's fine. We just don't have to be friends. We're acquaintances. Right. But like, if there's something that I see, like, I can connect to, or like, hey, I used to do something like that. Like, let's help. Like, little things like that. And if a friendship blossoms from there, that's cool. If not, whatever. But the problem is, like, with people like grapplers, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna end up standing across from them at one day or the next. So you got to keep that in mind.
It also helps that I think all of us regularly or when we can go to grapplers and try to work
Yeah.
on things here and there, and we kind of interact with the students there beforehand, so that when they get to an ESW show, when they get the call up, we are already a little bit more familiar with them than other people.
Absolutely.
Right. For someone just walking into grapplers, like it's obviously welcome them with open arms, treat them with respect. But there's a lot of guys that have come through there just didn't last. But for the ones that did, it's nice to go there weekly and see these guys grow and progress as performers. It's just great to see how far guys like Puff and guys like Daniel Garcia, the guys that have come up in less than a year. It's just great to see that.
Now, growing up, we all had our favorites.
Oh, come on, let's make that a thing. Let's go this way. Who was your favorite? Plus, you guys are too quiet anyways. I want to hear from you.
We're enjoying your.
Well, that's the whole point of this, is to get your perspective on this, because like I said, I am the phone guy, so I gotta go answer the phone.
Should probably answer
But,
that.
Yeah, yeah, this is my way out of this. No,
It's just somebody looking for their credit card. It's all good.
Russ,
Stop, I've been there.
Are you
Don't answer
asking who's the favorite?
Yeah, I mean, well, who did you grow up, idolizing?
Well, idolizing? The Macho Man Randy Savage, probably my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
Circa probably 1985 to 91-ish. When he went crazy and went to
To WCW.
WCW after he got announcing, a little much for me, but probably some of the best matches I've ever seen. All right, I gotta go answer the phone. Excuse me. Pause.
The Blue Meanie? No.
Blue Meanie.
I'd have to go with Flair. I mean, the man, wrestling is what it is because of
Personified.
him and Hulk Hogan. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they brought wrestling to the forefront. They changed the whole landscape of everything that's going on. I mean, how do you not go with woo?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Not only that, they're moment guys, People say, well, what was wrestling? I mean, obviously for us inside, we're like, Ric Flair winning the title at the Rumble was like one of the best things ever. Not many remember that, but Hogan slamming Andre is probably like the #1 moment of all time.
Most wrestlers have that moment or that match that made them wanting to get into wrestling. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school, I was a huge ECW fan, so
Oh, boy.
it's
So the
Taz.
Blue Meanie.
All right,
The kendo stick.
I was Blue Meanie for Halloween one year.
Show pictures or it
we
didn't
got to see
happen.
pictures of that.
Picture it didn't happen, bro.
Years ago, bro. But yeah, Taz is the baddest motherfucker on that roster.
Taz, oh, yeah. Yeah, the Taz mission. And all that,
Survive if he lets you.
Bad man.
Okay. Now, you guys weren't even born when I was.
But we do our research. How
You do
old
your
are
research.
you?
Okay.
72.
75. No, actually. The guy that got me into pro wrestling was the Masked Superstar. Exactly. Exactly.
His face is perfect.
No, because I know of the Masked Superstar, but I've never literally heard of somebody say my favorite wrestler is the Masked Superstar.
It was. Hey,
on.
I was about 7 years old.
I was hoping
And
to
I
hear
just-
Adrian Adonis.
Yeah, no.
And I just thought he had the coolest mask ever. And he was probably one of at the time, this being like the early '80s, was probably one of the smoothest in-ring performers ever. If you have a chance to, because you can't find him on the network, and that's for good reason, because his real name is Bill Eadie, who was with Demolition,
Yeah.
Yep.
who's suing Vince. So you're not going to find him on the network anywhere.
Do a little plug here. If you're a mask guy, stop by the Super Beast merch table.
Stop putting over such bad things.
But,
Oh, it's Beast. You love him.
Yeah, but he honestly, if you have a chance to YouTube his stuff, he's one of the smoothest performers ever, and was great on the mic too. So
I like okay, you say smooth masked superstars, and the first thing that I think Mil Mascaras. So
Yeah.
why would you put the masked superstar?
yes,
All right.
yes.
Respect the opinion. I've just never heard it before.
Right, that's what I mean.
Jeez. Honestly, I have like a lot of
Pick one.
favorite.
You're Canadian.
I mean, definitely like a lot of the cruiserweight guys growing up, because that was definitely me being a smaller guy. Out of all of them, I'd have to say Billy Kidman was definitely
Billy
my
Kidman?
all-time favorite. Loved Kidman.
Also, it's not Bret Hart or Gene Kiniski.
Or anybody from Canada?
I like Benoit, Jericho.
Oof. I like Benoit. That's the kind of person he is.
They were supposed
Vince
to
is
be.
not watching this one.
Yeah,
I've always have been, always will be a huge DDP guy.
DDP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up. Mother never let me watch WWF. and she was too. I was born in the Attitude Era. It's too edgy, Anthony Michael. You can't. They say F words. This girl's lifting up their shirt, crotch shopping everywhere. So she turned on WCW for me, and DDP was just charisma personified, and was
Yes,
just
he
like
was.
he threw the shittiest cutter you could have ever seen, and was the most over motherfucker on the planet.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
I have an autographed DDP shirt.
I have an autograph of DDP. Me with DDP, he's got like
Nice.
this little 9-year-old bastard. He's got the diamond cutter. He's holding the title. My shoulder hurts.
Awesome.
For me, it's always been Eddie Guerrero. Everything from his work rate to his charisma, just everything. And not only that, his ability to have a good match with everyone. Like, you could put him in there with a Benoit or a Mysterio or Kurt Angle, and he could have a great match with them. But he could also have those type of great matches with a guy like Bradshaw, Brock Lesnar, or what have you. But most importantly for me was his passion for the business. That was what inspired me most to be a fan of Eddie Guerrero and be a fan of wrestling and get into wrestling. Like,
Yeah. I mean, well, you know, his whole family lineage
Yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Choice bloods a lot.
Absolutely.
Your
I
whole
mean-
family is.
Yeah, I mean, from Chavo to his dad and uncles, for God's sake.
How about Vicky?
Oh, if I could bang my head on the table right now. Oh, my goodness. So now you guys have another event coming up in January?
Yeah, we have ESW Ring Wars on January 20th.
Yep.
20th.
Saturday the 20th.
Featuring international superstar Mark Haskins and Lucha Underground, and I guess TNA superstar Brian Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And Andy Williams. From
Oh yeah, and
The Butcher and the Blade.
that piece of shit Andy Williams from Every Time I Die. My back still hurts from his
I
double
was gonna
choke
say.
slam. Dude, it hurts so bad.
But wrestling's fake.
Andy is real. Andy is real. Oh gosh. But yeah, he'll be teaming with TNA superstar Braxton Sutter.
Okay, cool.
The Butcher and the Blade. I don't get it. Which, by the way, I beat Braxton Sutter.
You did?
Yeah, I'm PWR Tag Team
Oh, yeah, that's
Champion
right.
because of it.
Ooh.
somebody open a
There's
Snapple
also
can?
a rematch was announced on our official ESW podcast. We just had our first episode. It's going
I
to be
didn't
RJ
listen.
City versus Kevin Bennett.
Oh.
Heavyweight title.
I was there for the night that Kevin Bennett won the Elio DiPaolo Cup.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, you guys use the Elio DiPaolo Cup as like the Money in the Bank ish type
So to
of
speak, yeah.
type of thing. Whose idea was that?
Ilio DiPaolo's actually. He left it in his will.
I was actually going to say.
That was our promoter Brett's idea.
Was it really?
Yeah, he came up
No.
with the idea. He wanted to have like a trophy, like a cup, something to honor people from the past and use it, for guys in the present.